everybody, Cindy Otter here with my artsy endeavors. Okay, yesterday on my social media I put out a little blurb that said, guess what I'm doing with these scraps? And today I'm going to show you. Pardon me. First thing I made is I made a bunch of little houses. Okay, I took a piece of hard watercolor paper. This was actually the design that was painted or whatever on it from a jelly plant print. I just cut out a bunch of shapes. I cut out a bunch of different styles of roofs and different chimneys and doors, and then I just played with them. That butterfly I've got to go around. He's kind of cute. And I didn't make them all just normal regular houses, okay? They are all in different styles. The next thing I did, these are all houses that have been made, and actually my friend Lynn spent some time with me and she made some houses. This is from my granddaughter. This is the house that she made. She says that's the hot tub and that's the tree. So that's her house. This was made by my friend Lynn. Okay, these are more of my houses. Let's see. I like this one. I like how that one turned out. That's one of my houses. And like I said, I spent a lot of time. These are adorable. This one's one that Lynn made. It's so cute. And there's my house. So I had a lot of fun making houses. And then I thought, okay, I can't make 1,200 houses. What else am I going to do with these? So I decided then my houses needed to have trees, right? So I started making trees. And this is all out of scraps. I did not use anything other than scraps on these. Now these ones I've actually went through, put some dots on. I've used a little bit of Molotov markers. I've used some Mapid Helix smoothies. I've used some neon pastels, just playing around with the trees, okay? This is what they look like before they get decorated, right here. Here's a house, a couple houses that I have not decorated yet. Again, this one's on a piece of an old tissue box. I just put a piece of paper on it, cut out a little, you know, a roof, a couple of windows, a door. Same thing here, all right? Then these are some of the trees, which I haven't decorated yet, and I'm going to show you how to make these today. They're so cute, and they're so easy to make. So these are the trees, and they're all different kinds, all different styles. I cannot wait. Whoops, that's two different trees. I cannot wait to use them in on my journal pages. They're just so different, aren't they? I had so much fun making these last night. Every time I made a new one, I'd be like, ooh! My husband, look, he's like, yep, another tree. So look at them all. Aren't they cool? And like I said, it's just out of scraps. So let me show you. There's a couple more. Oops. Let me show you how I go about doing this. Alright, let me just set these off to the side. Oh, before I finish that, before I show you, this is something else I've done with my houses. I've decided to make villages. Okay, so these are all some of the houses that I've made. I just took a regular piece of paper, put them along the back, and glued them all down however I wanted my village to look like. And again, I can't wait to use these. I think I'm going to use these on some canvases. I think they would be a lot of fun with the trees. Okay, so that's just some ideas of what to do with them. Let me go ahead and get the stuff out, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm sure we all have scrap boxes that look like this, right? I save everything. That's a house apparently my granddaughter started making. I save everything. Every little scrap I save because they can all be used, okay? So we're going to take this little piece of scrap out of here. These are just long scraps that I use for either borders or for, let's use this one, we're going to use it for a tree trunk. These are all just border scraps, okay? Pieces that I've cut off something. Alright, so what I did is I basically just went through, and I really, you know, I didn't worry about color coordinating. There's some pink, there's some yellow. I mean, you can. And I just went through and picked out a bunch of scraps. There's a white one. Alright, so it looks like I'm getting into the creams and yellows, maybe a little bit of pink. Alright. Let's see. And again, these are all just scraps, like this. You know, I might use that on a house, as a decoration on a house. So, let's see. Scraps. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Get a couple of these. Alright, so I basically did two different types of trees. The first type I did was where the branches are kind of hanging down. This style. Okay, and how I did that is very, very simple. I just took my scissors and started just cutting shapes. That's it. Cut a shape. Okay. I use, again, the scraps as much as I can to cut more shapes. And really what I end up left with is this kind of a scrap, and those I will actually throw away, believe it or not. Don't know why, but I do. I just figure I have too many scraps, okay? Now this is another type of tree. Let me just make enough of these so I can throw a tree together for you and show you how I did it. Again, this is all completely organic. I am not making everything the same shape. I'm just basically cutting off the edges and rounding them out. That's the easiest way I can put it. Alright, so there's another one. These I'll actually get rid of. And let's make a couple of blobs. I made a few blob shapes here and there. Alright, there's a blob, and this could be another long one. Alright, and that'll go in the garbage. Alright, so that just gives you an idea on how I cut out the shapes. Now here are some shapes that I had left over from last night. Alright, and again, these are blobs. These are mostly blue. We might make a blue tree. Bunch of blobs. We've got some. This could be a blob or it could be a streamer is what I call it. Alright, here's another one. That's cute. Used everything. Old book text. Little piece of a map. These are cutouts from a magazine that I really liked the colors of them. That's another thing I do. I save out of my magazines. I take my magazines and I cut a bunch of stuff out of them, either for inspiration or just because I like the colors, and then I'll use it in something like this. Alright, so here's all the goodies. Now what I did for the tree itself is I just took, again, another scrap. I'll use this one here. Doesn't matter what size. Turn it over so I don't have to glue it on there. And then I just started gluing. Come on. That is if I can get the glue gun working. I don't know why I always say glue gun, because it's not a gun. It's a glue stick. Okay, there it is. It's working. Alright. So I just glue on the back here. And I think about a tree. That looks like a good limb for a tree, doesn't it? Let's do this side down. And I basically just start layering. Start layering the trees. Right? Stay there. Okay. Let's see, I like this blob. change this one. And this is what's great, is I take them so I can move them around. Alright, and let's say I end up with that little mess there in the middle, or this little corner sticking out. I don't care. I can either put another blob on it, or I can just round it off. Okay? Which, what I'm going to do is just round it off. And then I just adjust them so they look kind of like trees hanging down, however I need. Alright. And then what I do for the trunk is I just take, again, another one of my old pieces, and I start at the bottom, and I just make a tree trunk. Start at the corner and just kind of wiggle my way up the tree. Same thing on the other side. I turn it over, start at the corner, wiggle my way up the tree. Glue the top of it. Stick it on my tree. This tree needs some adjustment. Okay. Glue, glue. And then, because I have too big of a piece here, I'm just going to cut this off. Put a little bit of adjustment on the tree. Okay. And if like something like this, it's sticking down too much, I may take it and just trim it a little bit. Okay, and so there we have a tree. And once this is dry, then I can go ahead and I can take my Molotov markers or anything I'd like to decorate the tree with. So we're going to set this one aside to dry. I could make hundreds of these. I just have so much fun doing it. Alright, so here's one of the trees that I made yesterday. So I want to do some type of a decoration on this. So I'm just going to take my Molotov markers. I mean, you can do anything with these. And they're just so much fun. So I'm just throwing on some random dots, actually kind of doing it in a line, but you can put bling on these, you could put glitter on these, you could collage on these. There's so much stuff you could do with these little trees, and I just really enjoy playing with them. I can't wait to start using them in my journal pages and just enjoy using scraps. Don't have to throw it away. It doesn't go in the landfill. Okay? It just ends up on our journal pages. Alright, so I just gave that one some polka dots to go with its trunk. Okay? So just a few ideas of what you can do with your scraps, and I would love to see, if you decide to make some trees, I would love to see what they look like, and some houses. I think this is just a lot of fun. Alright, and I'm so happy I can share it with you. So as always, be kind, have fun, that's what life's all about. Happy creating, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye!